Hey, what up guys? So Wagner says, can you show how to implement this stuff? This GIF animation design stuff. I didn't get which part you meant, like did you mean the whole thing with the icons and slider or just the top part? Because icons and slider is kind of like just tedious design work, fighting icons maybe. The slider is not a big deal and stuff. So here's my top pop-up implementation. Like it looks in a design, right? Yeah, and the rest, it's not that hard to implement all those fancy looking icons. And it seems quite easy, right? Well, like it looks like bottom shit, but it's a top one, so you could use some library maybe. Top sheet, I think that one. Yeah, this one. So you could use this library and then change the toolbar somehow. But I wanted to go the different way, like, I'd say it's smarter and more tricky, and it includes Android framework with activities. So let's get started. Alright, here is our empty project, and let's look at the GIF animation again. So it looks like a different activity, right? Because it has a different name and a back button, so it behaves like a different activity, right? And yeah, of course you can mess up with the toolbars and just change stuff with the same activity, but the approach that I'm gonna show is really cool. So let's just first create a different activity called filter. There. With the parent of main activity. Alright, and now let's populate menu for each activity. First we need icons. Here is first. And the second. Right, gonna change the color. Now, oops. Main activity, it's already inflated. Main menu, let's see what I have in here. So let's create a filter item with ID action filter. Filter is not displayed. Then icon filter and shows action if from. Here it is. let's see where it is. Let's just copy it and create for a second activity. It's gonna have a action done with a check icon. Okay. Let's just copy everything. Main activity, right? On option item selected. If item ID equals array action filter, then we start filter activity. Alright, and in filter, many second. Let's see, this should work. Alright, first activity looks something like from the demo, and yeah, the second close, right? And it was super easy. So now let me show you the actual magic with activities, with styling activities. Let me see. Styles. Gonna create a new style for filter activity. And there is an attribute for window background. Window is translucent, is set to true, and then window background create a something like this, and let's try now. Oh, I didn't apply it. Filter activity here. Right, let's see what we got. And look at that. This is actually, this is second activity, and you can see first activity through it, because I set window is translucent to true, and then window background to that translucent color. And what happens is first activity is not destroyed, it's on pause. Cool, right? It's like perfect for pop-up. Let's just change layout for second activity with the menu stuff. Let's say 400 dps with the white background. Okay, and let's give some elevation. Yeah, looks close, right? But there is no animation. So here it slides from the top, and there's cool stuff called activity transitions, which we're gonna implement now for that. So by default there is a fade in and fade out transition. You might not see it because it's so fast, but stuff is fading in. Let's change it to, so where is that? This is our filter theme for second activity, and what I want is activity enter. First enable activity transitions, window enter transition, right? Add transition, and let's create enter transition. It's gonna be slide for the duration of, let's say, 3 seconds. And what else can we use? Not much. Let's try if it works. Oops. Right. Transition, enter. No, it didn't apply, right? So to enable activity transition, you need to pass activity options, make scene transition animation with this context. Yeah, now you see the slow slide in transition, and it will apply it for a toolbar and status bar, but we don't want it, right? We want just to apply for this sheet. So there is a cool stuff called Exclude Items for transitions, where you can exclude targets, right? So this excludes status bar, and let's create ID for the toolbar. And exclude it as well. Alright, cool, right? Now we just see the actual pop-up menu sliding in like we want it to, like it looks here. Yeah, doesn't really matter if it slides over the toolbar or under it. I found that it looks better when it slides under toolbar. So now we need to change it to slide from the top, and surprisingly you don't see any attribute for direction right here. Interpolator, match, order, start, delay, transition, ordering, and nothing about direction. And let's Google slide, Android slide, for looking at this class, what this has. So it's added in API 21, right? So if you wanna support pre-lollipop, then just disable this activity transition. What does it have here? Get slight edge. Sounds weird, right? I mean, makes no sense to me, but this is actually stuff that we need. Set slight edge. I mean, if you don't look to this doc, you know, you won't find out how to do that. So set slight edge, and let's read what it says. The edge of this scene to use for views appearing and disappearing. One of left, top, right, bottom, start, end. Sounds exactly like what we need. And if you go to the class itself, you can see that default slide edge is bottom, which makes total sense now since it slides from the bottom, right? So obviously slide edge is what we need. But I think it doesn't say the XML attribute here. Or maybe this. Yeah, right, this is. And look at what's going on. Android slide edge equals, oh, and now we have autofill. Let's try it. Whoops, I forgot to exclude navigation bar. Navigation bar background. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. Now let's just speed it up. Cool, right? Yeah, that's just with the activity transitions framework. And nothing within the first activity. And now I think what's remaining is going back and pressing this apply button. So the easy solution for reverse transition I found is call on back pressed. Because when you press back, it works perfectly. Reverse. So let's find here. Is it second? No. In the filter activity on options selected, if item equals error Android ID, I think it's. If it's home button pressed, then on back pressed. If else if it's apply button, action done. Then for now the same thing, but it's gonna be different and just return a boolean. Right now it works with both buttons. Yes, reverse transition. And you can change the background, you know, if you want more tint, darker background. Like it's pretty dark here, but it's, you know, whatever. Okay, and now the final thing is, of course, you want to, since it's a different activity, somehow you need to return the filtered result, right? And This is super easy with the passing intent as activity result. So you need to start activity for result, passing request code. Let's just create a request code 100 and then overwrite on activity result. Here you check if request code is my request code, then check if result code equals result. Okay, else let's just print cancelled. And if it's okay, then you just go through intent bundle of this intent and just read the, you know, whatever filter values you have. Like here it has sort by, attribute, priority, something, you know, bunch of attributes. Just go here and data get extra, no, get extra string, let's say, and sort by, and we're gonna print result of sort by. And now in second activity, before on back pressed you set result, you can pass intent over here, which is gonna be result cancelled. That's it, no intent. And here result okay with intent sort by, and you know, read whatever view values you have in your filter layout. Okay, now I just passed hard-coded sort value. Let's try it. Filter cancelled, right? Applied, and sort by name. Cool, right? It's not cancelled if you press outside of the here, which is easy to implement. Let's just, I think I can just create a view which goes under everything, and on click return. What? I think it's a bad name. Whatever. And here same thing. Alright, cancelled. Oops, I passed the click through the this view. I think I should set it clickable. True, I think. Yeah, and that's it. Now you cannot go back when you click on here on the pop-up, and outside of the pop-up you go back with the focusable and clickable true. I think you can use just one of those. I think focusable works, but that's it. I think there is no sense of going through implementing all the design stuff, because it's just tedious work and it takes so much time. But what I wanted to show is how cool you can use Android framework stuff with window activity. No, where is that? Yeah, window is translucent. That one is cool. I mean, if you didn't know about that, this is really cool. Like overlaying activities and also activity transitions, cool stuff. And it was pretty clean, right? You like delegate the filter stuff to different activities, so main activity is not cluttered with that code. Everything looks clean. Nice result of the filter activity, and I'll upload the source code to GitHub. So you can get the source code there in the video description. Right, thanks for watching, take care.